When you're gunning for a world title, the fire seems heavier, the bunker seems smaller, and the flag feels as heavy as your opponent's will to win.
All day we fight!
This is professional paintball, the fastest growing sport on the planet. It's a team game of speed and strategy that requires individual heart and courage.
Stay alive!
And today, some of paintball's finest teams and biggest stars have come from around the world to decide who is the best of the best.
That's the way to fight out, huh?
The Smart Parts World Paintball Championship is next on ESPN2.
Welcome to the Mohegan Sun for the Smart Parts World Paintball Championship.
I'm Bill Gardner here with superstar Matty Marshall.
Thanks, Bill. I'll tell you what, the first round of this event, it definitely lived up to the hype.
Round one was emotional and exciting, featuring a fair share of clutch moments and critical mistakes.
God damn it!
Things got a lot more intense as San Diego won a fierce overtime contest over the Russian Legion, effectively knocking the Legion out of championship contention.
It's our game!
Game 6 also ended in dramatic fashion, with New York edging out Jacksonville in overtime play. So with Jacksonville joining Russian Legion on the way home, teams continue to battle for their lives. Now for a look at the standings. In the American, New York moves up after eliminating Jacksonville, but still needs help to get into the semifinals. And in the National Conference, top-seeded San Diego is waiting for someone else to join them in the semifinals. Today, that team could be Los Angeles should they take down Pennsylvania, a team that's fighting to stay alive. If Pennsylvania loses, they will become the third team eliminated from this tournament.
Now let's meet our teams. They're red, white, and blue through and through. Please welcome the Pennsylvania All-Americans. Let's take a look at the All-Americans. They got some awesome talent in Eric Dearman, Ryan Moorhead, and Spesh Robinson.
I do my talking on the field.
And you'll want to keep an eye on Gerald Garcia, Tim Montresor, and Craig Doherty.
Eric Dearman, #1 stunner.
Pennsylvania is coached by Chris Davis. These boys from California are one of the most feared and talented teams in the world. It's the Los Angeles Excessive. Be on the lookout for Nicky Cuba, Davey Williamson, and Rusty Glaze.
L.A.
Also, can't forget about Nicky Vegas, Scott Kemp, and Thomas Taylor, who are looking to leave their marks.
Oh, yeah.
And Los Angeles player coach is Jon Richardson.
If you're in here, like you can't see it, you get this like a wall.
We're just about ready for the first point, but before we begin play, let's go over the rules for this tournament.
Our teams play 2 20-minute halves. It's 5-on-5, capture the flag. To score a point, you must capture the flag and hang it in the other team's base. A hit on any part of the body or equipment, and the player is eliminated and must leave the field immediately. If they fail to do so, they'll be given a penalty. Penalties are similar to hockey. Minors are 2 minutes in length, and majors are 5.
So this first point, very important to grab onto that momentum and hold on to it. Good break by both teams initially. Oh, looks like Greg Hastings got shot. And Greg Hastings for Excessive tries to slide into Snake 1. He gets shot out, loses his back player as well. Thomas Taylor shot out of that back X. The All-Americans, on the other hand, right up into Snake 2. Ryan Moorhead. He's looking crossfield, trying to get those crossfield shots. There's no one on his side. That's why he's able to come out on that tape so far. And Fatty up in that center holding down the Dorito side, stopping Excessive's advance up that Dorito side. And it looks like Pennsylvania lost 2 players as well. Jon Richardson stunning from that Aztec, and he bounces out. He gets into Snake 1, so Excessive now has a player. Johnny Richardson on the Snake side. He's looking cross-field. He's going to try to get a shot on Fatty, who's advancing up the center of the field.
Fatty's giving Excessive a real hard time here up the center.
Well, he's getting his good shots on Davey Williamson, looks like, over on the Dorito side of the field. Davey not able to advance up the side. Jon Richardson, he's probing right now. He's backed up off that spot, using the blind areas. You can get out in the open. Oh, he sees an advance up the field. Jon Richardson gets a shot, and here it comes. Oh. Here comes Jon Richardson.
Boy, that was close, Matty. I think I think maybe Richardson got the shot off first there.
It was really, really close.
2-on-1, Rusty.
So it's Rusty and Davey Williamson, Rusty Glaze, Davey Williamson taking out Ryan Moorhead.
Ooh, Moorhead gets a penalty.
Ooh, and is that a 5 minute? I think that was a 5 minute
minute
major penalty. Davey Williamson running that flag, and he wants to conserve all 5 minutes of that penalty.
Not a good start for Pennsylvania.
Not a good start at all. I mean, the worst thing you possibly could do is go out and get your team a 5 minute penalty right away. And on the replay, Jon Richardson leaping over
close.
Snake 2.
That's a trade.
Still getting Ryan Moorhead in the head. It looked very much like a trade, but referees left Ryan Moorhead in. He ended up getting a 5 minute penalty, though, after Davey Williamson shot him in the arm. Los Angeles Excessive taking an impressive first point, and Pennsylvania picks up a penalty in the process.
Playing with 4, they got a 5 minute.
Excessive, right-hand side of your screen, in the black and camouflage, and in their blue uniforms, the Pennsylvania All-Americans. Gerald Garcia gets into Snake 1. Nicky Vegas rolling his gun that way. Looks like he got a shot on him. So Garcia is going to walk off for Pennsylvania. Here comes Carl Markowski charging up the Dorito side. One of the fastest players in the league. He's never lost a foot race to any other player in the entire sport of paintball so far, and he made it in clean. See Carl Markowski trying to get a shot on Spesh Robinson. Spesh Robinson slid into the back X on that Dorito side. All-Americans have 2 players on that Dorito side, though Excessive's in better position. Here comes Carl Markowski charging up the Dorito side. He makes it all the way through.
Grant.
Oh, takes down Grant, takes Spesh. Awesome run through by Carl Markowski, and it looks like he got both of them clean. Great move by one of the fastest players in the sport. Oh, Nicky Cuba coming up the Snake side, cleaning up what Carl started. This is a very good point by Excessive, Billy.
That was a great move by Carl down the wire.
You know, he sensed that both the guns were turned in towards the inside, and, you know, he used his speed as an advantage, got across that opening quick, took out both those players. Awesome move by Carl Markowski, and Scott Kemp hangs the flag for Excessive. We see on the replay, Nicky Vegas gets a shot on the pack of Gerald Garcia, and then Carl Markowski with the exclamation point, handling business on the run-through, taking out 2 players before he trades out with Spesh Robinson.
And Tim Montrosser gets popped in the arm, the last player for Pennsylvania.
So Los Angeles Excessive are off to a fast start as they tack up another point to take a 2-0 lead over the Pennsylvania All-Americans. We'll return with more paintball action after this commercial timeout. Don't go anywhere.
I've quit my job. I have a family. I used to design houses. I mean, I had to choose one or the other. I figured when I'm 40, old, can't walk anymore, I can always go back to designing. So I had to give that up.
The Smart Parts World Paintball Championships are brought to you by Smart Parts, Equipment Counts, and the Mohegan Sun, a world of play.
Little worn out, but you'll do. Your equipment, however, will not. Your time has come. Sorry.
See how it ends at smartparts.com.
Welcome back to the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships. I'm Eddie Marshall with Bill Gardner Jr., and that's our band, PSK, rocking out as we resume play. Just over 13 minutes to go here in the first half, and LA putting it on Pennsylvania right now. So Pennsylvania down a body because of that 5-minute major penalty assessed on Ryan Moorhead. Oh, but Excessive loses Rusty Glaze. Thomas Taylor up in the center, trying to get shots on that Snake side. Tim Montrosser, looks like Tim
found him.
Yep, Tim found him up in that center.
Here comes Dearman.
Dearman making a move to that 50. Oh, tears Davey Williamson apart. And Greg Hastings is going to get shot as well. Oh, All-Americans.
Fast point.
All-Americans just handling business, even though they only had 4 guys. You see Thomas Taylor, cringing as he gets blown apart in that center. And Davey Williamson, damage control, trying to make it out to the back X on the Dorito side. He gets double dosed on his back. He's going to have to walk off too. Quick point by Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania makes very short work of Los Angeles at that point. They get on the board to make it a 2-1 game.
And we're fortunate enough to have Jordan DeJesus here from the Atlanta Predators. Now, Jordan, you play on this Snake side.
you've been having a really good tournament thus far. Tell us, how important is this side to this particular field?
Well, the snake is real important on this field. You want to get there quick. Off break's the best thing. You want to get there, look inside, see your lane, shoot your gun. You want to get the field, and that's what they've been doing.
Thanks a lot, Jordan. It's a 2-1 game with Los Angeles in the lead and still on the power play as we resume action. So, Pennsylvania still down a body, excessive on the power play. And Spesh Robinson sliding into that on the Dorito side of the field to the Aztec. That's a very hard side of the field to make it out to off the break. It's very easy to shoot players trying to make it out there. Spesh Robinson wrapping around the outside. Excessive doesn't have anybody over there yet. And here goes Markowski. He's going to try to make it out.
He got bounced.
Yep, I think no, it broke. So he's going to come off, broke on his arm. Spesh Robinson gets that kill on Carl. Carl's just handling business before, but Spesh gets back at him. Neil Eberle, one of the best back players in the game, tries to make it out.
Nailed again.
Neil Eberle gets shot trying to make it out again. That's such a hard side of the field to make it out to. There goes Todd Hugo.
I think Todd got hit too there.
Yeah, I think Todd must have got shot too. Yep. So Todd comes off, just showing you how hard it is to get out to that Dorito side. Spesh, though, he's not having any problems. He's all the way up in that very far Dorito. Excessive. They have a lot of players on that snake side, but they need to get some penetration over on that Dorito side, or Spesh Robinson's going to be wrecking shop.
Pennsylvania has strong field position here.
And well, you see there, Gerald Garcia able to get up to the 50-yard line bunker on the snake side because all the guns are turned looking at Spesh.
Garcia needs to go down the wire.
Pennsylvania's got very good field position. Scott Kemp needs to go out and take Gerald Garcia down, if possible. But he's got to be careful because Spesh Robinson's putting pain on over towards his side. See the battle shaping up right here. Gerald Garcia in the 50-yard line bunker.
Going the inside run. That's the way to do it.
Oh, awesome move by Scott Kemp.
Nice.
Shoots Garcia to the ground before he gets taken out. Good move by the rookie Scott Kemp. Oh, he got two of them. Great move by Scott Kemp.
We haven't seen a lot of players use that inside run, but it's very effective.
Well, you know, Scott Kemp, very talented guy, able to take two down before he died. And now Spesh Robinson.
Looks like a 2-on-1 with Spesh.
Nicky Cuba advancing, trying to get the angle on Spesh. Spesh loses his gunfight with Nicky Cuba.
Boy, exciting point, Matty.
That was definitely an exciting point. Very good job by Excessive. You know, it looked like they were going to lose this point, but Nicky Vegas holding it down with Nicky Cuba. Both boys from Long Island playing for a California team and doing a very good job. Markowski trying to get out to that Dorito side, diving in, wildly gets shot in his arm. And then Neil Eberle trying to make the same spot, but gets torched by Spesh. Spesh just wrecking it over there, but Todd Hugo, he tried to fill out to that hard to get to Dorito side.
That beautiful inside run. Look at this, two bodies down.
Just shoots Garcia to the ground. Awesome move by Scott Kemp. So Los Angeles with another point as they take a 3-1 lead over Pennsylvania. Let's go down to the field where the third member of our broadcast team, Callie Stidehar, is standing by with Los Angeles' Scott Kemp.
You guys are up 3-1. It's the first half. With that power play, what are you going to do to maintain the lead?
Well, basically, we're going to try to go at them. I mean, they have a penalty right now, so they're playing 4-on-5, and we have the advantage. If we want to get up on points, we have to go at them, shove it down their throats.
How's that snake side? It seems to be a tough side right now.
Well, I think it's actually the easier side. I mean, people are getting shot going to the Dorito side off break. A lot of people are making it in the snake off break, snake corner. I mean, if you could get in there and control, you could get your kills. It's power side.
Well, good luck with the rest of the half.
Thank you.
Thanks, Callie. Well, there's a timeout on the field. It's Los Angeles with a 2-point lead over Pennsylvania. We'll return with more paintball action after this commercial timeout. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships. With 6:40 left in the first half, it's Los Angeles Excessive with a 3-1 lead over Pennsylvania All-Americans. Let's get back to the action.
Pennsylvania needs to get moving here.
Well, Rusty Glaze getting out on that Dorito side. He made it in clean. Referee's going to check him over. He made it out. Foley at the box on the Dorito side. Going to battle with Rusty Glaze. Now Pennsylvania's going to get their player back here very soon on that off that penalty, finally, after playing down a body for the last couple points. Glaze advancing up that Dorito side. He's wrapping around, he's gonna keep going. Makes it all the way up to the 40 Dorito. Good move by Rusty Glaze. Foley now turns his gun.
Nice shot.
Yep, Glaze gets shot in the face. They still have Davey Williamson over there though.
Man still in the box for Pennsylvania.
And Davey Williamson taking Rusty's place. And crawling up into Snake 2, Pennsylvania. There, Davey Williamson picks him up, starts to get some shots on him. Tim Montrosser,
Nice
gets a good shot
Very
on
nice
Davey
shot.
Williamson's face. Takes one to the head, he's gonna come off. Pennsylvania looking really good at this point. Thomas Taylor in Snake 2 for, here it comes, out of that box. And Thomas Taylor gets shot, craftily tries to crawl out so that Pennsylvania doesn't pick him up, but they do anyway.
Montrosser moving to the 50.
So, Johnny Richardson in the back X on that Dorito side, getting shot at by Montrosser. He's getting pinched out.
There it is, nice
yeah,
shot
and he
by
finally gets
Montrosser.
shot. Does not look good for Excessive at this point. Greg Hastings in the X on the Snake side. Montrosser's gonna cut the seam, come into the center.
Hastings, the only one left back in the, there he's gone.
Not much he could do.
Good point.
Tim grabs the flag, he's gonna run it in. Yep, very good point for Pennsylvania. They get right back in this game. It's only a 1-point margin right now between the two teams. And we see on the replay, Rusty Glaze, initially very good job getting up to that Dorito, but just did a little too much. Got it in the head. Davey Williamson out of his bunker a little bit too long as well. He gets one in the head. And Pennsylvania wins an important point to keep things close, makes it a 3-2 game. And we're now joined by Rocky Newth of the Seattle Nine Dogs.
Now, Rocky, it's a very close game. It's 3-2. LA has a slight lead. You've played both these teams before. Break it down for us a little bit, the styles of play and what you think is going to happen here.
Pennsylvania played really well. They played really well in the past events. I think if they come back and just bring their aggressive style of paintball, and ride some of their front guys out and, make sure those guys make those moves, and I think they'll do it.
How about those two short-handed points that Pennsylvania just made? What do you think about that?
I think they rolled the #1 stunner on that one. I think Eric came in there and smoked some fools. So.
Well, thanks for stopping by, Rocky, and good luck against Atlanta. We got a good match going on here. It's Los Angeles 3 and Pennsylvania 2 with under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Well, they're 5 strong now, so both teams playing with 5 players. Penalty-free so far, last couple points.
Pennsylvania down 2 players, 3 players.
Oh, Pennsylvania not looking very good right now. Excessive, very good job of shooting players off the break. Billy, we talked about it before, but it's incredibly crucial to shoot as many players as possible off the break. It's a numbers game, If you could play 3 or 4 guys instead of 5, there's a really good chance that, you're going to win the majority of the points.
Now the numbers
Very
are
simple.
1 on 5. Not good for Pennsylvania.
No, not good at all. And Excessive, charging down the field. You see the paintballs just flying in at all angles. Todd Hugo.
There it is.
Yeah, Todd Hugo finally gets one in his loader, and that's going to do it. Excessive, getting right back on the board. Very quick point. See in the replay, Dearman just up over that bunker a little bit too long. Gets shot in his loader.
And there's the shot on Todd Hugo.
Todd Hugo going against 5 guns. Nothing he could do. So, Los Angeles getting right back in it. Makes it a 4-2 game.
Jason, Eric, Ryan, Team Fatty, get ready.
We've got 3:33 left to play here in the first half of this match between Los Angeles and Pennsylvania. And on the break, Excessive tries to get out to the back X on the Snake side. They don't try to get too far on that Dorito side. You see most teams trying to be a little conservative. Oh, Markowski gets shot trying to get to the Dorito side again. Here comes Scott Kemp charging up the center.
Dangerous place to be, though, Matty.
Yeah, you see he's up in there hugging that bunker, trying to get as tight as possible. Oh, and he gets nicked in his foot. I mean, it's a good spot to be in, but if the other team is able to get outside and get those shots on you, you really can't hide.
It's a tough spot when everyone's at full strength.
Absolutely. So here's Nicky Cuba. And he gets shot as well. It does not look good for Excessive. So this is a seesaw battle right now.
Sure is. Pennsylvania coming right back.
And there Vegas is shot as well. Hugo, last time he was getting mowed down 1 on 5. This time he's grabbing the flag and running it in.
3 fast points in a row there, Matty. Back and forth.
Well, that's why we play a whole game. And we see Scott Kemp gets nicked in the foot. He just could not get under that bunker enough. Takes a couple bonus balls as he's stepping out. And Pennsylvania sucks it up, comes right back to make it 4-3. It's a 1-point game again. And while we're in between points, let's check this out.
This is a team effort.
A big part of this game is having players willing to sacrifice for their team.
Individual is nothing when it comes to winning a point.
Your body's at no expense out there.
This can be in taking on a difficult bunker to distract the opponent.
Nice bunker move.
Or running straight through the fire to eliminate a key opponent. When it works, you're the hero. But when it doesn't, man, it can really hurt.
Whatever it takes to win the game. Pain's no problem, as long as we win.
With 2:40 remaining in the first half, Pennsylvania has a chance to tie things up, or Los Angeles could come out and take a 2-point lead. Pennsylvania left-hand side, excessive right-hand side. Pennsylvania in the blue uniforms, excessive in the camouflage and black. Davey Williamson trying to get that center, he gets blown away. Ooh, Jon Richardson flying Superman dive in the back X on the Dorito side. Looks like he made it clean. Nope, referee pulls him out.
Pennsylvania looking good here.
So Jon Richardson, Davey Williamson, both dead. Oh, there goes Rusty Glaze.
Boy, they're all going into the same bunker, same angle, and getting shot.
It's so hard to get out to that back X on the Dorito side. There's just too many bunkers that can shoot at you off the break and also on that secondary bump out. And we see Eric Dearman now, because all of the excessive players have died off that side, he's able to get penetration, get far up, he gets a shot on Greg Hastings.
Taylor's hit too.
Oh, and Thomas Taylor, he's just wilding out, man. He was just, trying to get some kills. He realized, pretty much his team was dead.
Very nice game by Pennsylvania. They really gun up well on that outside X. Excessive just couldn't make it in there.
They're doing a very good job of shooting that side of the field as Eric Dearman sprints that flag in. It's all tied up now. Great job by Pennsylvania to get right back in this game. Seriously, they dug deep. They did what it takes. They're definitely shooting their lanes great. We see on the replay, Davey Williamson trying to run up in that center, shoot for that Dorito side. He gets blown away, though. And Thomas Taylor at the end, just too many guns. And he's going to wave them off and submit as he walks back to the pit area. Pennsylvania coming on strong as they take a quick point to knot things at 4 with time still remaining in the first half.
Come on, guys, dig deep.
We've got 1:46 remaining in the first half, and the way the Pennsylvania's coming on, they got a very good chance to go into halftime with the lead. Let's see if they can make it happen. So both teams still at full strength. It's been a relatively penalty-free game since the first penalty.
Foley gets nailed in the gun there.
Yep, Foley gets shot, trying to get out. That Dorito side again, such a killer. Now there's not much time left in this half, so these teams are gonna have to play aggressive in order to make something happen and get a quick point before we head to halftime. Scott Kemp trying to do something, get up to Snake 2, he doesn't make it. Nicky Cuba up over the top of the box, flying out on that Dorito side. Looks like he made it out there. McClellan picks him up, tries to get a shot on him.
Team's evenly matched right now, and not much time left. Ooh, here we go.
There goes Markowski all the way, using the speed to get up to the 50-yard line. Again, not much time left. They're gonna have to start riding or dying right here, man, up the field. They need to play aggressive, get something going like Markowski was. And Carl trying to get a shot on the back X Dorito side. Now he's looking inside. McClellan just trying to stop the aggressive onslaught from excessive.
At this point, Pennsylvania's satisfied in just holding them off.
Well, it's all tied up, man, and Pennsylvania has the momentum right now. So.
Oh, Grant makes a nice little move.
So it'd be very smart of them to make sure that this stays tied and then head into halftime and try to come out real strong in that second half. Markowski looks like he wants to go, kind of froggy. You can see he popped up there on his feet. And here comes. Jumps over the top of that, just trying to see who's shooting at him, see if he can get an angle to have a run through. He's looking for that angle, looking for that run through. He's wrapping around.
Does he even know Grant's up in that bunker? I don't know if he saw the little move that Grant made. Nah, doesn't matter, time's up.
So time expires in the first half. Neither team able to get anything going there. We see on the replay, off the break, Foley gets shot, trying to get to the box, and Scott Kemp just trying to make something happen. Gets a little stumble, though, gets caught out in the open, catches a couple paintballs, and it's going to be all tied up here heading into halftime. So that's going to do it for the first half, and it's all tied up. Los Angeles excessive 4, Pennsylvania All-Americans 4. This is a sensational match. Let's go down to Callie Stidehar, who's with Pennsylvania's Ryan Moorhead.
So you got the penalty, you were down, and now you've made this awesome comeback. It's tied 4-4. What changed?
Well, obviously the penalty really hurt us. Luckily, our team played excellent while I was in the box 4-on-5. Both teams are playing real well. Hope for the second half we got to come back strong and hopefully go undefeated in the second half so we can move on to the finals.
What would be the strategy right off the break for the second half? What would you need to do to get this next point?
We're going to try to spread the field and come at them hard. Just get quick points.
All right, well, good luck on the second half.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, Callie. Well, we'll be back with the second half of play. Don't go away.
See how it ends at smartparts.com.
It's halftime as the Smart Parts World Paintball Championship rocks on. It's LA Excessive and the Pennsylvania All-Americans all tied up at 4 each as we welcome JT Bouchard of the Atlanta Predators into the booth.
You've played with Pennsylvania before. You know how those guys play. It's no surprise. Is it any surprise to you that they just came back
Absolutely
down that deficit? Talk a little bit about the chemistry in that team.
Well, the chemistry on that team is very, very good. They're very aggressive paintball players. They practice a lot. Their hearts are in paintball.
Hey, JT, since you've played with Pennsylvania, what would you suggest for Pennsylvania this half?
I think what they need to do is they need to stick with their more aggressive players, Eric Dearman, Ryman Warhead, Fatty, Tim Montrosser, maybe even Spesh, and just push that aggression.
Thanks for stopping by to chat, JT.
Look in Dorito side. I'm gonna look Dorito side. I'm gonna run up, shoot. I'm gonna run up, shoot snake side, switch to Dorito side.
We're ready to kick off the second half of play between two evenly matched teams. It's all tied up with Los Angeles 4, Pennsylvania 4. Exactly 20 minutes left to play. We'll see who wants it more. So, first point of the second half. Oh, Thomas Taylor gets shot trying to make it out to the X on the snake side.
Teams have switched sides now. Pennsylvania in the blue on the right-hand side.
Excessive black and camouflage on the left. Moorhead for Pennsylvania getting up there. Snake 2 might be able to get a shot on Rusty Glaze's pack, who's at the box on the Dorito side. You see the back center there rolled out real quick, try to get a shot on Ryan. Oh, Moorhead makes it up to the 50-yard line. Now he's gonna have a shot on Rusty. Oh, nice good shot. Move by Ryan to get Rusty Glaze out of that box. Good penetration for Pennsylvania on that snake side. Here comes Eric Dearman up on that Dorito side of the field. Getting a shot on Greg Hastings. Oh, so Hastings gonna walk off. He thought he might have got one on Dearman, but he didn't. Dearman charging up that Dorito side. Johnny Richardson gets a shot. Ooh, takes out Moorhead as well.
Over-aggressive play by Pennsylvania.
Yeah, definitely over-aggressive play. Jon Richardson bringing it back for an excessive. Johnny Paintball himself, highly respected on the circuit, been around a long time, storied veteran. Also one of the highest paid players in paintball.
There goes Fatty, up to snake 2.
Here comes Jon Richardson and Davey Williamson. Davey Williamson's been consistent so far this match, holding it down for excessive. Oh, and they get Pennsylvania to submit that point. So Pennsylvania will concede the point. Davey Williamson and Jon Richardson having a game.
Fatty not very happy.
Well, so we see Greg Hastings. Greg Hastings trying to get tight in that bunker. His leg's a little exposed. Tries to bring it back in, but it's too late. And then Moorhead over the top of that bunker gets caught out by Jon Richardson. He should not have been over the top of that bunker so long. So on the play of Jon Richardson, Los Angeles bends but does not break as they come right back, making it a 5-4 game and taking a 1-point lead over Pennsylvania. There's 16:27 remaining in the second half as our next point begins. Ooh, aggressive breakout by Pennsylvania on both sides of the field. They get to snake 2 off the break and the back X. Oh, but Aaron Tholey got shot trying to get to that back X on the Dorito side. Took the referee a while to call him out. Garcia in the snake, and Carl Markowski. Looks like he got clipped as well. Again, it's so hard to make it out to that Dorito side. Scott Kemp trying to get his own line of paint on the Dorito side of the field. And there's Garcia, who had an awesome break to snake 2 off the very beginning of this point. And now he's shooting cross field. Spesh Robinson in the back. Dorito trying to get a shot on Nicky Cuba. Oh, and he does. So Nicky Cuba takes one in his head.
Not much pressure on Garcia.
No, Garcia able to slide and glide into the 50-yard line on the snake side, no problem. And now he's got shots across field. And he takes out Scott Kemp, whose bunker starts to tip over because he's trying to get up against it so close. Now Garcia coming around the inside of that 50-yard line, creeping.
Nice little move.
Oh, Neil Eberle.
His bunker's gone. He's in big trouble here, Matty.
Yeah, the back X has fallen over, and he's really got no bunker to work with, so he's going to have to get a quick shot on Garcia here to try to even this up and then get out of that bunker. Nicky Vegas still alive for excessive in the back X on the snake side.
If Vega knew what was going on here, he could pop up. Nope,
oh, but
he's
Vegas
not gonna have a chance.
Vegas gets caught by Montrosser, and now it's just going to be a matter of time before Neil Eberle. Yep, Neil Eberle with no bunker takes one in his hopper, and here come the All-Americans getting right back in this game. They're tying it up. Definitely a seesaw battle. I mean, these teams
sure
are
is.
definitely, they're stepping it up right now. You know, their big players are coming through. They definitely both want it. And we see Neil Eberle, his bunker had fallen over, and he got nicked in his hopper by Tim Montrosser from across field on that snake side.
Jason, Eric, Ryan, Tim, Fatty. We're going again. Come on, Billy. Fight!
Our seesaw affair continues as Pennsylvania comes right back against Los Angeles, making it a 5-5 game. It's all tied up. We could be looking at a potential sudden death overtime game here. So, All-Americans in the blue, Eric Dearman running up there, and Rusty Glaze, and excessive in the camouflage in back. Rusty Glaze, again, shot off of that Dorito side. You know, Billy, if I were excessive right now, I would try to hold up a little bit. You know, they're having a really hard time getting guys out to that Dorito side. Guys are getting shot with the break.
Pennsylvania's changing their strategy. If you look at the last couple plays, they're not doing the same thing.
We see Moorhead up into snake 2 on this snake side of the field. And Thomas Taylor is in snake 1 for excessive. Moorhead sees the opening, slides into the 50. And Thomas Taylor gets up into snake 2.
I'm not sure Taylor knows that Moorhead is up in the 50.
No, I think maybe he saw him get up there and he realized he needed to counter that, and so he got up to snake 2. And we're gonna find out right now on this gunfight because Moorhead is set up on him. You know, you may be right, Billy. I don't know if he knows he's there. Thomas probably has a shot cross field, which is why he's zoned up so much. And here comes Jon Richardson sliding into snake 1. Moorhead gets off that lane, peeks over the center. Here comes Moorhead.
One.
Takes 1 down, takes 2 down. Johnny Richardson traded out with him, I think.
No, he didn't. Yeah, he did. Richardson's gone.
Richardson argues with the referee, does not like that call. It looked like Moorhead definitely got Thomas clean for sure. Absolutely.
Richardson's lucky he didn't get a penalty there, though.
And here comes Davey Williamson filling out to the back X on the snake side. Oh, but there's nothing he can do.
Nice point. Pennsylvania really putting on the energy here in the last couple points.
So Jason Trojan grabs the flag, and because Ryan Moorhead played that snake side so well, Pennsylvania's gonna have their first lead of this match. So Jay Trojan's gonna get checked out by the referee, make sure he doesn't have any hits on him. If you hang with the hit, it's a penalty. Looks like he's clean. Good move by Ryan Moorhead. We see Thomas Taylor, excessive, zoned up. Ryan Moorhead, boom, blows his head apart and his side up, and then he gets all the way to Jon Richardson. And you see, the reason why Johnny was arguing is because Ryan's got his gun up over the top of Johnny's head. But the referee, in his discretion, felt that they traded out.
Looked like a clean trade there, Matty.
And Pennsylvania takes its first lead of the game as they win that point impressively, making it a 6-5 match. I'm Matty Marshall. I'm here with Bill Gardner Jr., and we're lucky to have Frank the Tank Connell. Now, Frank, talk us through that last move, Moorhead, man. I mean, was he just psychic out there or what?
No, unbelievable, unbelievable. He made a great move up the left side. He got in position. He made it up to the 50. He was kind of probing, looking to see where everybody was at. You know, stayed on the line a little bit, maybe looking to get a shot on somebody. He didn't get anything. Looked up, saw no one was looking his way. Bam, 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 3 guys down.
Well, all right, thanks for stopping by, Frank. We got a great match going on here. It's the Pennsylvania All-American 6 Los Angeles excessive 5, and we'll get right back to the action after this fast break. Welcome back to the Mohegan Sun Arena for the Small Parts World Paintball Championships. I'm Matty Marshall, bringing you all the action with Bill Gardner Jr., and it's the Pennsylvania All-Americans up by a point, 6-5 over LA Excessive.
Pennsylvania back in, almost overslid his bunker there. I think he did.
Oh, so Nicky Vegas shot off that snake side. He's not too happy about that. He's gonna head back to the pit. We see Dearman rolling his gun. He's standing up, makes his move. Ooh, big move by Eric Dearman all the way to the 50-yard line.
Dearman's been playing well this game. He's been very aggressive.
Oh, Carl Markowski had to take out a referee on his way to the back X, and he gets shot. So it's not looking good for Excessive as Scott Kemp dies as well. And now Nicky Cuba left by himself in that snake. Nicky Cuba and Garcia at the snake battle. Neil Eberle still left alive as well for Excessive.
I think Garcia might make that inside run.
It's 2-on-5 right now. And here comes Garcia, heading down the inside track. Ooh!
That's good.
He jumps over the bunker, stabs Nicky Cuba with his cleats practically, but ends up trading out with them. Nicky's a really big guy, and Garcia's about 5'3", so he didn't hurt Nicky at all. Carl Markowski taking out a referee and then gets shot in the face. He's not going to be too happy about that referee placement. And here comes Garcia, diving, jumping over the top.
Whoa,
oh,
he did hit him.
Barely on, just rides right over the top of Nicky Cuba. And Dearman was there to finish Nicky off. Who says paintball isn't a contact sport? Pennsylvania up 2 points now over Los Angeles.
Come on! Come on, boys, get it up. Nice job, Dan. Let's take that, baby. Point a minute, guys, come on.
Well, we got 5 minutes of play remaining in the game, and, you know, Los Angeles is going to need some of their big players to step it up big if they expect to win this match and move on to the semifinals. So Excessive needs to get something going here.
Another solid break by Pennsylvania, using up Fatty up the middle.
Just like you said, you know, they have been changing it up. Now they send Fatty up the center. They're trying to shut down that Dorito side. They've been doing a really good job of it so far. And Rusty Glaze in the box on that Dorito side. Now they decided not to stop sending people as far, so Rusty Glaze is at the box.
Excessive likes to use their guns, and when you run predictable runs against them, they tend to gun up real well. Pennsylvania's done a great job of changing things up and making it difficult on Excessive.
So both teams locked in gun battles right now. We see Thole, he's peeking out, makes a move up to the insert Dorito. Definitely a gun battle, you know, as this time runs down here in this match, and nobody wants to be the guy that makes a mistake and screws their team over, you know. So Thole and everyone else gunfighting real smart. Here comes Thole, makes a smart bump across. Ooh, but out of the back, Spesh Robinson shot. And Ryan Moorhead shot out of Snake too, so this point's not looking good for Pennsylvania.
Now, Excessive really using their guns here, covering every angle. Not too much aggressive play. They're just trying to make their shots, and they're making them.
Thole bounces up to that 40 Dorito. And here comes Tim Montross jumping over Snake 1, diving into Snake 2. Looks like he made it in clean. And we see the lineup. Richardson, Williamson, Glaze for Excessive.
Montross making the best use of that bunker.
You know, a smart player is going to use every inch of that bunker. He's going to look towards the tape, try like, you know, Tim's getting set up to do right now. He's going to head check in the center. He's going to crawl around, try to get those inside shots. Now he sets up on the wire. Thomas Taylor, look, you see he shoots the wire, then comes right back, gets his angle on the middle. Here comes Davey Williamson trying to fill it to the back X, which is already kind of tipped over a little bit.
Coming out of the box. I don't think Pennsylvania was aware of that man in the box there. I didn't see any paint going in there.
Yep, so Greg Hastings comes out of that box.
Excessive has a nice tight group here, all watching their angles. Up to Snake 2, Taylor.
Good move by Thomas Taylor to get up Snake 2. Let's see if he can do something with it. Potentially get a shot on Ari Thole. Cross field, here he comes Thomas Taylor. Oh, but he made that move.
Does he trade?
I don't know. He made that move kind of sloppy.
Tim Zicci? Whoa!
And there goes, that was definitely a real sloppy move by Tim.
That was not good. Too many bodies.
So Davey made him pay after Thomas Taylor, a little sloppy move up to the 50, trying to get a shot on Thole. He gets taken out. So Taylor dead, Montrosser dead. Here comes Williamson up the snake side now. Thole's still alive, Fatty's still alive in the center. You see Thole shooting towards the snake side of the field, Fatty shooting towards the Dorito side. And for some reason, Pennsylvania blows the horn. They had 2 players left alive. They were looking at 4 bodies,
Yeah,
but
I'm not sure the logic of this horn right here.
well, there, 2 minutes left on the clock here. Very close game, but still, you're giving the team a point, which makes it a 1-point game, gets them right back in this match.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
But how do you win the game when there's 4 guys over there?
Have 1 point advantage, even if they kill 2 minutes. It doesn't matter. We can win the match, dude. What are we going to do? We had that point one.
And Pennsylvania surprisingly concedes the point to make it a 7-6 game as they cut their lead to just 1 point over Los Angeles. We'll find out if this strategy works when we return on the other side of this commercial break.
See how it ends at smartparts.com.
The Smart Parts World Paintball Championships are brought to you by Smart Parts, Equipment Counts, and the Mohegan Sun, a world of play. Welcome back to the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships. I'm Eddie Marshall with Bill Gardner Jr., and that's our house band, PSK, laying down the licks as we get ready to resume play. It's Pennsylvania All-American 7 and Los Angeles Excessive 6 with just 2 minutes left to play. We'll see if Los Angeles can tie this game up, possibly send it to overtime. So, Excessive. Oh, false start by 2 of their players.
They should be out.
Well, one of them was able to recheck in, but he's out, and then I think they left Hastings in. Yes, they left Hastings in.
That's a mistake. That's a mistake by the referees.
No, the referee's going to get out there.
They called him finally.
Wow, so the referee pulled both of the players out that left early, and Thomas Taylor. So Excessive pretty much essentially started this game with 3 guys, and now Thomas Taylor shot as well. So just Jon Richardson and Davey Williamson left. Let's see if they can pull it out, because they're down a body. Oh, awesome shot. Great shot by Davey Williamson. We're talking about 2 of the most clutch players in the entire league, Davey Williamson and Jon Richardson. Ryan Moorhead bouncing out to that Dorito side of the field. Oh, looks like he got shot as well. Jay Troshan playing the back X snake side. Williamson able to even it back up real quick, and he bounces, repositions back to the back center.
That was a good recovery by Excessive considering their start.
Oh, yeah, I mean, they essentially started with 2 players. And it looks like just Jay Trojan left. Davey and Johnny cleaning up the rest of the All-A's. Here comes Jon Richardson. Davey Williamson both gunned up. Johnny getting into Snake 2. Moving right up into the 50-yard line, bunker on the Snake side. Lay down can.
See how Trojan does back in this X.
Oh, and it's just Trojan, so Jon Richardson taking out the 2 other players, and then Davey putting it on Jason Trojan. So awesome job by Davey Williamson and Jon Richardson to pull it back and even it up for the team. Excessive tying it up. We see on the replay here, Greg Hastings and Rusty Glaze false start, and they both end up getting pulled out.
2 guys left early. They only pulled the 1. The guy went to the center can and shot Ryan. Really? Yes. Absolutely.
It happens. It's the game. You can't help it. It's human error. That's it. The rest are doing a good job.
So Los Angeles wins despite a false start by 2 of their players. So it's all tied up. Pennsylvania All-Americans and Los Angeles Excessive with 7 each. There's just seconds remaining, which pretty much means that we're going to overtime.
Ooh,
oh, now
false start.
Now the All-A's with a false start. Oh, so Thomas Taylor, he's dead. Ryan Moorhead is dead as well. Greg
12
Hastings.
seconds, so not much time.
Yeah.
This is going to overtime.
And here comes Carl charging down the field, but it's not going to matter. So the 12 seconds expire. Regulation is over. It's all tied up. We're headed to sudden death.
It's been a great game so far, Matty.
Oh, yeah.
Exciting.
Back and forth. We see the false start here, this time on the All-Americans, but it didn't matter. I mean, with 12 seconds, you pretty much have to just sprint down the field. So it's true, we're heading to sudden death overtime. Your score, Los Angeles 7, Pennsylvania 7. We'll be back with the dramatic conclusion to this battle right after these commercial messages. Don't go away.
Here we go. My game now. This is overtime. We have to win this game.
See how it ends at smartparts.com.
Welcome back to the Smart Parts World Paintball Championships. This has been a great match. It's all tied up between Los Angeles and Pennsylvania at 7 each, and we now head to sudden death overtime. Billy, why don't you explain to our fans at home how overtime works?
Overtime is very simple. It's basically sudden death. We put 10 minutes on the clock, and the first team to score wins.
So this is it. This is for everything right here. All A's in blue, excessive in camouflage and black.
Excessive loses one.
Oh, Nicky Cuba shot off the break. And they get Jon Richardson. He's able to get into Snake 1. Ryan Moorhead on in the box on the Dorito side. Working both sides of the field.
Almost got shot there.
Yeah, he dodged the quick one. Dearman sliding into the X on the Dorito side. Neil Eberle holding the back center down for excessive.
Dearman in that back corner. I imagine he won't stay there for long.
Oh, Eberle shot out of the back center, so 2 of excessive gone here in our sudden death playoff. Garcia rolling his gun towards the center, and he's gonna scurry up to Snake 2.
Good field position for Pennsylvania.
Oh, Garcia gets a shot in a Thomas Taylor trying to get back to that center.
I didn't think Taylor couldn't have survived that. He ran right into the gun.
Yeah, there's no way Thomas could have known he was gunned up, but he probably should have stayed in that back X. Oh, an excessive dying all over the place. Davey Williamson shot out. It's just Johnny Richardson left in the Snake.
Pennsylvania everywhere.
It's going to take an act of God for excessive to win this match.
And there isn't one.
Nope.
Wow,
and
great point. Pennsylvania, exciting win.
So 3 players run down Jon Richardson in that Snake, and the Pennsylvania All-Americans are going to take this match away from excessive. Good job by Pennsylvania. Initially, they were down a bunch of points in the beginning, but they had the mental tenacity to come back, handle business, and take this game away from excessive. And you see Johnny on the replay from both sides. He's just getting pelted, holds his gun up and submits. So in a very dramatic finish, the Pennsylvania All-Americans handle Los Angeles excessive by a score of 8-7. But Los Angeles is awarded 1 point for the tie and will now be advancing to the semifinals. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Callie Steidehar, who's with Pennsylvania's Eric Dearman.
You guys pulled it through, but it was a sudden death. How did it get to that point?
Well, it was a really hard-fought game. It was back and forth the whole match. And right there, with we were up 2 points. We ended up giving them a point, seceding. It was a miscommunication between our coaches and our players. And we ended up giving them a point, and then they got another one. And we took it to overtime. But in overtime, we just came at them real hard and took it to them and won.
Bill, your thoughts on the game?
Well, excessive loses the game, but I think they came out the winner. They needed a tough game before the next round. They got one. They played real well. I think this is just going to prepare excessive for the next rounds.
And after 7 weeks of play, our standings look like this. It'll be San Diego and Los Angeles moving on to the semifinals from the National Conference, and Atlanta, Seattle, and New York still fighting it out to see who advances in the American. Be sure to join us next week as the Seattle Naughty Dogs take on the Atlanta Predators. This match will determine which of the two teams from the American Conference will move on to the semifinals. And that's going to do it for us here today. And on behalf of Bill Gardner Jr., Callie Steinhardt, and all of our crew, I'm Matty Marshall saying see you next time.
This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.